Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the week of October 17th. We're going to jump right in here, Leo, and we are going to take a look at what is going on for you this week. The first part of this reading is just going to be kind of like a general reading, kind of like I used to do. Then we're going to clarify. We're actually going to clarify with this deck here. It's called the In-Between Tarot, and it has like two cards on one card, if that makes sense. It's actually the in-between energy of both cards. And I've been using the After Tarot, which is actually right there, but I just got this deck and I love it, so that's why we're going to use it. That's really the only reason. This deck right here is called the Coffee Cup Oracle. A lot of people have been asking about it. So this circle one is a Coffee Cup Oracle. This right here is the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, which is also all three of these right here, my new favorites to use in readings. So there you go. This Seduction card has been coming up like crazy, so you know it could be like a little bit of a spicy time here, Leo. Let's put it that way, right? Definitely looks spicy. But let's see. You have the Empress here. If you're not trying to get pregnant, Leo, I would be careful. And if you can't get pregnant, then again, take what resonates, leave the rest, right? People always say, like, I'm 70, I can't get pregnant. Like, message isn't for you then, right? But you start off here with the relaxation card. I feel like you need more relaxation time here, Leo, for sure. So, anything you can do to kind of, like, take something off of your plate, I feel, would be a really good idea. You have the Ten of Wands here. It's like, intuitively, I kind of feel like people want to help you. You end with the Ten of Cups. So even outside of love, I feel there are people who can kind of like help lift some burdens. The funny thing is I'm also getting reverse it. Like those are the words that are popping into my head. Intuitively, I kind of feel that there are maybe some people that exist. I don't know how to say this, but it's like, maybe there are people, especially in your business, if you have a business, that can lift a lot of weight. I don't think that means literally. I just think, I'm also getting like worth their weight in gold. That's like what's popping into my head. So if you're looking to hire people, or even if you're not looking to hire people, it's like there could be some people who can do some, whatever, I don't know what your business is if you have one, but maybe there are some people who can do some things that are worth their weight in gold, that can really help you out. So it might be something you want to look into, especially if you have a business. If you don't have a business, then I kind of, again, I still feel you could be releasing burdens, or you're looking for ways to kind of release burdens in your life. You have the Six of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. No rushing, no get-rich-quick schemes right now, Leo. I'm pretty much, and for the rest of our lives, I'm pretty much against gurus at this time, and that includes financial gurus, spiritual gurus, anyone who says, listen to me because my life is the best. I wouldn't trust it at all. It's like, trust me, like a lot of things I talk about on the channel, it's like I say these things have helped my life, but I'm not out here starting a cult or anything like that. And again, especially when Neptune moves into Aries in 2025, at the end of 2025, really 2026, I would say, to me, that is like cultish energy. I feel like it's wide open to get sucked into something that you don't need to get sucked into. I really feel the universe wants us to kind of like take ideas and inspirations from people, see what works in our life, and then kind of like move on. And, I try to make my content like that, like, just give advice that could kind of work for people, and that's about it. But this Knight of Swords, I feel like it's saying don't rush into something that gets you overly excited. You have the Knight of Wands here. I don't think this is like a bad or a good thing, is what I'd say to you, Leo. I think it's just something to pay attention to, especially this right here. You have the Magician. And so for some of you, for whatever reason, I feel like this could be a get-rich-quick type of situation here for some of you. And again, my problem with get-rich-quick is Uranus and Taurus. It's like Uranus and Taurus is like, well, if you put the work in and you actually build something stable, then it'll work. But if you try to do something like overnight, it's not going to work. So definitely something to think about. You have the Eight of Swords here. It's like you're not seeing something, Leo. I'm not calling you out here, but again, especially for those that have a business or career, it's like there are either people or there's something that can help free up a lot of your time. And again, I feel I can't answer the question for you. As I would say, I don't know all the answers. You're going to have to look for it. You're going to have to do the work to, figure out how to free up some of your time or whatever, but I feel that you can. I feel like that you have the ability. I feel like you have everything you need to do it. So, I would get moving with this Eight of Swords. If you're wondering, like, okay, well, what the hell do? I would say Six of Pentacles right here. Six of Pentacles is cause and effect. It is planting seeds. You might have multiple ideas in your business, in your career, in your job to kind of like make things easier, do things differently. Six of Pentacles says try everything, throw stuff at the wall, see what sticks, and then whatever works, keep doing it. The things that don't work, throw it out, right? Plain and simple. So that's what I would be doing with that Six of Pentacles energy for sure. Let's see what is going on for you. Again, this is called the In-Between Tarot, this deck that I'm using, and it's awesome. You have with the Six of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Cups to the Two of Cups. So again, this card is technically the Ace of Cups, but it represents the in-between energy. So I do feel there could also be love coming in for you here. Could be any sign. Taurus stands out to me in your reading. I'm pretty sure you were in Taurus's reading as well, Leo. So it could be a Taurus, could be any sign. I'm also getting Pisces, which I'm pretty sure you've been getting Pisces in your readings for quite a long time. But, you know, it could be love coming in for you. I feel like someone's waiting for you. Someone, especially if you want love. And I feel like this is something that's going to last a long time. I feel like you overcome a lot of obstacles with each other as well as popping into my head. So, and I don't think that means you're going to have a hard life. I feel there are a lot of like good challenges. I think people need to realize that some challenges are good. Like, especially if you're growing a business, if you're, you know, building a side hustle or anything like that, those can be good problems to have. With the Eight of Swords, you have this Page of Pentacles, but this is the Page of Pentacles to the Knight of Pentacles, this card here. And so I feel for a lot of you that you're taking that, you know, it's kind of like about upgrading information. The Page of Pentacles is a card of studiousness. The Knight of Pentacles is about needing to take action on things that you have learned. The Knight of Pentacles normally has oak leaves on his helmet, and oak leaves in the tarot represent knowledge and wisdom. And so to me, this is saying it's time for you to put something into practice here. Imperfect action. I literally just did a post about imperfect action the other day because, you know, I feel like people are too afraid of making mistakes for whatever reason right now. And, you know, really, I kind of think it's the fact that we're entering into this, like, age of Aquarius, as I always say. You know, with the age of Aquarius, there's this risk of being exposed for, you know, anything. You could be fearing being exposed as a fraud. You could feel like your, you know, imposter syndrome could be coming up, things like that. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Three Cups to the Four Cups here. Definitely like a celebration. You know, I feel, again, over enthusiasm, like I said at the beginning of the reading with that Knight of Wands, because the Three Cups is a celebration, but the Four Cups is being disappointed and having more work to do. It's kind of interesting here, Leo. I almost feel like saying that, you know, if you might have an opportunity, it might be like a business opportunity or whatever. What I would say here is if you understand that it's going to be more work than you think, and if you put in the work, and if you do your research on whatever this is, you know, again, I feel you could be very, very successful with it. But the Four Cups to me, it's like Three Cups is kind of like imagining something is going to be really good. Four Cups is kind of being disappointed. He's normally got the Four Cups in front of him. I always say the solution to the Four Cups is that he's trying to attract something into his life, but he just needs to mix it all together. You know, I always say it's like baking a cake. It's like he's manifested the flour, the sugar, the eggs in front of him, but he just needs to mix it all together to get what he wants. And so, you know, that's what I'll say there. It's kind of funny because, you know, if you look, it might be hard to see here, but if you look inside these cups right here, it's almost like there's gold coins or something in them. So something could be very successful for you, but again, I feel you just need to realize that it's going to require more work. Next, you have this anomaly card. For some of you, I feel this could be love for sure coming into your life. Pretty much every single reading I've done since the beginning of the year, it's kind of shown up that people could be attracting people who are different than their usual type, or that could be, you know, a little bit eccentric. Even in those love readings that I just did, there was something about like everybody kept getting the eccentric card in that Oracle of Radiant Sun. So there could be like a person who's eccentric, but I feel like this is, you know, if it's love, I feel like it's a person who stands out in a good way. I also feel in work or business that some of you could be noticing something. It's like you notice something is standing out. You know, normally we think of the word anomaly and we think that it's like a bad thing, but I kind of feel like this is a good thing. It's like you're noticing maybe a pattern in your business, or I feel some of you could be like discovering some like techniques that work really, really well for you in work or business, and it's something that stands out. You have the Hierophant, the Knight of Wands, and the Empress. I feel like some of you, it's like clearly you're very attractive at this time here, Leo. Even in her diagonal, you go up to the Magician. So I feel you could be attracting people. With the Hierophant, could be attracting a person who you get married to. This could also be like, I feel like you find each other attractive is what I'm trying to spit out here, Leo. And I feel like this person could be entering into your life while Jupiter is in Pisces. Jupiter will be entering back into Pisces. It's retrograding back into Pisces at the end of the month, and then it's going to start moving forward, of course, and it leaves Pisces at the end of December, right? So, between, I would say, like now, even though Jupiter isn't in Pisces yet, between now and maybe like December, the end of December, you could be meeting a person if you are looking for love. If you're not looking for love, there is something about that time frame. Like we had Jupiter in Pisces pretty much all year, right? And it's like, so what are the things that you've been working on? What are the things that you have fallen in love with is what I'm getting on this Knight of Wands. That's not really what the Knight of Wands represents, but he does represent deep desire. It's like over, think back to the beginning of the year. Let's put it that way. And then think until, the middle of summer. It's like, what things, what was there one thing that really stood out to you that happened in that time frame? Is there something like, did you develop a new desire? Did you develop an interest in something? Did something new enter into your awareness? Again, I know this is very general. Sorry, I'm choking, but what I would say is that, I feel like there's something that you developed a desire for, and I feel you need to learn more about it. You have the Hierophant here, so I feel like you need to put more time, effort, and energy into it, whatever it is. Could be like a new hobby, a new business. I mean, again, you go up to the Eight of Pentacles here, and so this looks like a big opportunity right here. So I feel for some of you, maybe you learned about something new. Maybe recently you've lost touch with it. You haven't been thinking about it as much, but I almost feel like this Jupiter retrograde, once it hits Pisces, like I said, at the end of the month, although I kind of feel like now, there could be an increase in your finances, or you could be revisiting an idea. Let's see. With the Hierophant, you have the Eight of Cups, but it's Eight of Cups to the Nine of Cups. Love it. You could be walking away from things that no longer serve you and walking towards fulfillment. So I feel you're very close to fulfillment. I feel like you're very close to finding things that fulfill you on your own as well. It's almost like a dream come true, honestly, going from the Eight of Cups to Nine of Cups. It's like you're in that in-between stage, but I feel like educating yourself is the answer. With that Knight of Wands, you have the Two of Pentacles to the Three of Pentacles. So again, I feel teamwork makes the dream work for sure. If there are things that you don't know, I feel like getting people to help you is going to be very important with that Knight of Wands energy. So, again, you might have some desire to build something in business or work or any other area of your life. Three of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. I feel like I've been talking about this whole reading. It's like you can't do it on your own, Ten of Wands, and there might be people who can make things a lot easier. With the Empress here, you have the Page of Wands. This is Page of Wands to the Knight of Wands. So I feel for a lot of you, this is needing to move towards enthusiasm. Page of Wands, very enthusiastic. Knight of Wands, he really, again, goes towards his desire. Like what he desires to do might not make logical sense, but I don't know. I don't think we're in a very logical time right now, Leo. Have you seen anything logical happening lately? Probably not. I think the world is pretty weird right now, if you ask me. So, again, are we really in a logical time? No, I think people are trying to convince us to be logical in an illogical time. And so I think now it's the perfect time to be an anomaly, Leo. I feel like it's a perfect time for you to stand out and do something maybe that's never been done before. Look, even next, you have this Wolf card. It says cunning and stealth on it. So you might be doing some things working behind the scenes. You might be doing some things that people don't know about. But, I do get lone wolf energy here. But at the same time, I wouldn't be a lone wolf at this time. I feel that there's just too many opportunities for, teamwork and teamwork opportunities and to work together with other people. And I always get comments from people that are like, I don't like working with other people and all this other stuff. I'm like, well, that's fine, but you're selling yourself short. Are you going to really allow that to the fact that you don't like working with other people to prevent you from finding like significant success? I think that's ridiculous. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Wands to the Ace of Wands. Love it. See, you have the Ten of Wands in this row. Wait, we didn't even cover these cards. I just did this the other day. I feel like we're under Mercury retrograde again. But you have the Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, Page of Swords. So let's cover these. With the Eight of Pentacles, I feel that, clearly there is some work that needs to be done. Eight of Pentacles is like mastering a craft. So I do feel like a lot of you are mastering a craft at this time. But again, you're learning something new. I am going to show you this card now. Obviously, I pulled it early for a reason. But you have the Ten of Wands to the Ace of Wands. So I feel for a lot of you, you're coming off of a difficult period of time and you're finding something new to be inspired by. And again, you have the Ten of Wands twice here technically now. And so something has been a burden. Something's becoming easier. That's kind of what we talked about in the beginning of the reading. You have the Ten of Wands. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Sun, which is your card. You have Sun to Judgment. You're like waking up to your true purpose here, Leo. I feel like you're waking up to like really solid opportunities. I love it. I freaking love this card. This is awesome. I haven't even seen this one yet, but I really feel that you're feeling extremely inspired. And I feel like you'd be getting a lot of attention. I feel like you need to answer the call, Leo. For a lot of you, I feel like you're flipping something around here. And I'm getting major deja vu. I'm pretty sure recently that, I think I've said it twice, if I'm not mistaken, that you're flipping something on its head or you're turning something around. I don't know. Might make sense to some of you. With the Page of Swords, you have the Page of Swords next. Apparently, I'm just going to clarify this row, and that's it. You have the Six of Pentacles to the Seven of Pentacles. I feel for a lot of you that you could be, again, just changing direction. Seven of Pentacles to me is a change in direction or doing something new. So I feel that you are changing direction in some area of your life. Next, you have this Defense card and this Seduction card. If anyone new is entering into your life, I feel like you're just not rushing right into it. And I also feel I don't think you're really defensive, but I do feel you're kind of like saying to yourself, like, okay, I'm not going to just fall in love with this person right away, right? For some of you, I also feel like you could be attracting a person who is like that, but it's not like a bad thing. I actually think it's a good thing because I'll just say this. If this person doesn't like you, I feel like they won't waste your time. They'll tell you right away. It's like, I almost rather have that, right? To me, I wouldn't be upset if like someone came into my life and then pretty much right away was like, nah, this isn't working, right? At least they're not wasting your time. But actually, I think this is something that's going to work extremely well, is what I would say. But I kind of just feel like you could be attracting a person who has experienced that a lot, like wasting their time, or maybe they felt like they wasted their time. So I almost feel they're kind of not defensive, but kind of just making sure right away. And I feel like they're going to make a very quick decision on this relationship if it is love. So I actually kind of like that, and I feel like it's going to work out. So probably nothing to worry about here. I feel this could be happening over the next few months. When Jupiter gets back into Pisces. For others, I feel like you are seducing things into your life. We see that right here with the Magician. You have the Magician, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups. I always pull the card that the Magician is pointing towards. So you have this Power card clarifying the Magician. So clearly, you have the power to manifest whatever you want into your life here, Leo, with that Magician energy. The Magician, again, he understands what he has to focus on to attract the things he wants in his life. He has these flowers in front of him. He understands that he has to focus on joy, happiness, abundance, success, like all those wonderful things to get what he desires. So he focuses on the right stuff. He doesn't focus on, lack mentality or anything like that. And so that's how he seduces things into his life. Again, I do feel that you could be attracting someone who's like either an Aquarius. They could be born close to an Aquarius, as well. Doesn't matter which side. Could also be a Scorpio. I don't know. You have like basically everything here, but I feel like you could be, kind of attracting a person who's going through a great change. Again, we are in a time of great change. It's almost impossible. Every single reading I do, there's like some sort of major change going on. Judgment card. Are you kidding? So, it doesn't really surprise me that you could also be attracting a person who's reinventing themselves, and that could be like something that stands out to you. Maybe they're getting fit, and maybe they're literally changing the way they look or something. You have the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles, of course, is like a big opportunity, and that's what I feel for you, Leo. I feel like you could be attracting a major opportunity into your life here. Like, I feel like saying, I'm not trying to be clickbaity here, but like bigger than anything you've ever done before. Like, if you're a freelancer, for example, you could be getting like a really big contract, a little bit scared, right? I feel like a little bit nervous to take it, but I would just take it. I think sometimes people sell themselves short. And again, for whatever reason, everybody this week has had a message of really need to make sure that you don't sell yourself short. But again, I think that sometimes like doing freelance work and stuff, it's like you just need to realize that it's just what you do, right? With an extra zero or hopefully an extra couple zeros after it, right? And so I feel this is saying like, don't, there could be a big opportunity coming in, but don't make it, scary when it's not. It's, how to do it. You're perfectly capable if this message is for you, but I think it just has a couple extra zeros. That's it. You have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is fortune after difficulty and happiness. Again, if this is love, could lead to marriage. Ten of Pentacles is my card of the path to marriage. To me, it shows up when you meet a person or you're with a person already that could lead to marriage. Again, it's not guaranteed, set in stone, but, definitely really good. It basically says if you do the work, you'll be successful. Let's see. With the Magician, you have this Four of Swords to the Five of Swords here. So I feel for some of you, it's time to take a risk. For others, if you've been waiting for a person, I feel like you're walking away at this time. Maybe you feel like you've been waiting for too long. I feel like you're walking right into the arms of whoever this sexy person is with that Seduction card. So again, wouldn't even worry about it because I feel like you're walking towards something significantly better. Again, it's kind of weird to me that, I said it, it makes sense with the astrology, I guess, but I said it at the beginning of the year that, I said it in like 2017 that relationships would be changing. And then 2022, at the beginning of the year, I did love readings. And there was like something it was just very weird. It wasn't like what I normally get. And so, I don't know, there's some sort of change in love, I would say. Maybe it's time. Look at this. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Hierophant to the Lovers, literally marriage. So here you go. In between the Hierophant and the Lovers, some of you are either about to get married or you're about to meet the person you will marry, for sure. For some of you, feel like you have your eye on this person. And look, there's like a sun coming up in the background here. For some of you, I feel like, sun, right here. I feel like you're waking up to this person's presence, or you will be. In the near future. Some of you already have your eye on this person. I feel like you see this person as ascended. Like these angels on this card here, the Sun to the Judgment card, they look like they're kind of ascending up on that card. So I feel you could be attracting like a very high vibe person or whatever you want to call it. With the Ten of Cups, you have the Seven of Cups to the Eight of Cups. Didn't you? I think you had the Eight of Cups to something else over here, but whatever. So I feel for a lot of you that you understand like where your true happiness lies. Some of you could be making like a small sacrifice. I wouldn't even use the word sacrifice, right? But sometimes I think we can make some sacrifices that better our lives. Like, you could be starting to go to the gym. It's like nobody really wants to go to the gym, right? Well, I mean, some people do, but nobody really wants to do it. And nobody really wants to start a diet. So that's what I mean by like, not really a sacrifice, but I feel like you could be just making some changes in your life where it's like, maybe you don't want to do it, but it's going to improve your life, whatever it is. And just like a small thing is what I'm getting there. Definitely love for those of you that want it. And this looks really good for money as well. I'm going to pull 3 cards now. This is going to be for one question. So I want you to pause the video and think of a question. I'm going to answer it as if I know what the question is with these 3 cards right here. So kind of like a personalish reading, whatever you want to call it. These are the 3 cards. Feel free to pause the video. People have been asking for more time, so I'm looking at the cards now. Pause the video if you haven't already and think of your question. But you have the Five of Wands with the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands here. So I feel for a lot of you, number 1, you're stepping into your true power. Number 2, I would take the risk. Five of Wands to me is a card I call Indiana Jones. To me, it's like going on some sort of crazy adventure because these people on this card, they're really learning how to fight. They are not fighting just to fight. They're training. They're learning how to fight. And I feel like you've been through a training period, especially based off this reading. And again, I feel you need to boldly move towards something new that you want here. By the way, if you're asking about an earth sign, I would say yes as well. But Leo, I like where this is going. So thank you for being here, Leo. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.